Hello, class. Welcome to GDM340, Intermediate Web. I am your instructor, Mike Patterson, and this video is going to include some welcome content just to get you started and an overview of the first week's learning activities. Most weeks I will be recording a short video that just is an overview of the week's learning activities, but this week it's just a little different because I want to help you get started on this class. You can see that we're here in Blackboard, and I am in edit mode, so some things might show up on the screen that you don't normally see as students. But I just want to go through some things and let you know what's going on. You probably already know that you can see announcements here on the home page. I will post something almost every week, especially because of the video recording. The syllabus, please do take some time to review the syllabus. There are a couple things I want to call to your attention in it. First of all, here is my contact information. You can reach me at my Cal Baptist email address. I prefer that as the primary way of reaching out to me. I have put a phone number here. You can text to that number. I would prefer not to be called unless it's an absolute emergency, and then you'll probably get my voicemail, but I am good about responding to those things if you need to get hold of me directly. Don't forget there's some information about required texts and resources. You're going to need Adobe Dreamweaver for website building. On Mac or PC, a text editing tool like TextEdit or Notepad. You're going to need to be able to use Adobe Photoshop and or Illustrator for designing graphics. And then you have to go to, it's actually no longer called lynda.com. It's LinkedIn Learning. They bought lynda.com. I'll show you that in a moment. But in fact, let me just show it to you now. So LinkedIn, you may know of as it's kind of a business social media network. And then LinkedIn Learning, there's a tab right here. And you go to this, and I have a membership, so I'm signed in already. You'll need to purchase a membership. It is a monthly subscription. I highly recommend it. It is required for this course, so consider it one of your textbooks. But I highly recommend it for anybody outside of school who really wants to continue learning software in the world of graphic design and web design and things like that. It is a wonderful resource. It's kind of the Netflix of learning. So yeah, very good. Okay. There's some stuff here about student outcomes, overview of what kind of learning activities you'll go through every week. Then we have some information about 2 projects. There's a project for the first 4 weeks of class, and then another one for the second 4 weeks of class. I'm sorry, my bad. There are 3. So this class, I haven't taught a class with a capstone project before, so that's different. Anyway, so it might not be first 4 and second 4. I am not, now that I am reading this, I realize I'm not sure how these are broken up, but these are broken up throughout the 8 weeks of class. We have our grading scale, points for your assignments, course schedule. Oh yeah, and this breaks down the projects for you. So 1 is the first 4 weeks. Project 2 is the weeks 4 and 5, it looks like. 5 and 6, sorry. And then, we start project 3 in week 6 and finish so it's kind of chopped up in a funny way. Expectations, please read through these. I will tell you about late assignments. This is my late policy. I allow you to turn work in late and receive a reduced grade. It will go down 1 letter grade per week that it's late. So essentially, if you turn something in 4 weeks late, it's an F. If it's 1 week late, it's a B. So, and that is assuming you did A work to begin with. So if you did B work and you turned it in a week late, it's a C. So try not to turn stuff in late and try to do A work. Um, we've got some stuff about Netiquette and academic honesty. I'll let you read those on your own. Okay, so that is the syllabus. If we go to the Getting Started page, oh, the first thing is read the syllabus. So we kind of did some of that just now. Make sure you familiarize yourself with student resources, and then make sure you're checking learning activities every week. Okay. Um, what else do I want to tell you about the class? I think that's all I want to go over about the class itself as an introduction. So let's just look at our learning activities. You know, before we do that, I will tell you a little bit about myself, just so you kind of know who I am and what kind of instructor I am. We won't be interacting directly, of course. This is an online only class and it is purely asynchronous. So your interaction with me will be via email and some other, sometimes discussion board or just posting stuff online, and I'll be sending you feedback. Um, but you should know that I've been in the graphic design industry for 35 or so years. Um, I started out when I was in junior high, believe it or not. I know that sounds kind of weird, but it's the truth. People began um, hiring me to design stuff, including flyers and brochures and things like that, when I was in junior high. And I didn't even have a computer to do that with. It was all by hand back then. Um, but I went through high school doing a lot of artwork and design, and then studied graphic design a little bit in college. Wandered a little bit in my 20s. When I was 30, I went back to school, got my first degree in digital design, did it online, coincidentally. And back then, online school was much less common. And then 10 years, I started working more professionally in graphic design at that point, uh, you know, before it was a side thing, and then it became more of my main work. And then 10 years later, I decided I wanted to start teaching. And so I went back and got my master's degree online as well through Full Sail University. And so I have a master's of fine arts in media design. And I do a ton of work for a lot of um, different places. Right now, I am the graphic designer and communications coordinator or not coordinator, what's the title? Well, I do graphic design for a private Christian school in my area. I also do graphic design part-time for my church. I do freelance design for people and businesses here where I live. And yeah, lots of design work in my life. And then I teach here for CBU online, and I also teach for a community college online. So tons and tons of graphic design work uh, or design related work being done all the time in my life. Um, I am a Southern California guy. In fact, I live in the desert, about an hour and a half away from CBU. And I have a son, my second son, graduating high school this year, and he's going to go to Cal Baptist University in the fall, probably. So, yeah, I'm very familiar with CBU. And what else do you want to know about me? As an instructor, I am pretty easygoing. Um, all I ask is that you communicate with me. So if you are having difficulty um, for external reasons, extenuating circumstances that are making things really difficult for you, just communicate with me and I will work with you. Usually, you'll still have to do the work, but I will sometimes give an extension or give some leeway on things if you're really going through a difficult time. A lot of people have experienced some challenges in the last couple of years that they wouldn't normally, and so I try to work with you. But the key is communication. If you don't communicate with me, I can't help you. So stay on top of that. I will say that I am pretty good about responding to communications within 24 hours if you email me. And I try to stay on top of grades by completing grades for work that you've done within a week after you turn it in. So everything you turn in at the end of this week, I will have it graded by the end of the following week, generally speaking. Once in a while, I slip behind a little bit because I am juggling a lot of stuff in my world, but I do my best. All right, that's enough about me. let's talk about this week's learning activities. Don't forget, you have to complete the student responsibility agreement. It is kind of a quiz to make sure you understand your responsibilities. You can't do anything else until you've completed this, so get that done ASAP. It's pretty simple. You just answer yes to all 10 questions, acknowledging that you understand what your responsibility is as a student. So let's look at week 1. First off, you're going to go to, I really should update this, linkedinlearning.com, not lynda.com. And you're going to begin WordPress essential training. So a big chunk of this class is going to be learning how to build websites with WordPress. I have some experience with this myself. I wouldn't say I'm a super pro at it, but I know my way around. So the first 3 weeks of the course, that's what you're going to be doing. There's a link here to subscribe. If this link, truthfully, I'm not sure if this link is up to date because they keep calling it lynda.com. I will double check that after recording this. But if it isn't, just go to linkedin.com like I showed you before, click on the Learning tab, and then you can subscribe. You're going to look for WordPress Essential Training and watch that course. You're going to go through the first 4 chapters this week, getting to know WordPress, getting started, creating posts, adding images and media. Let me go over there just to make sure. So WordPress Essential. Yeah, there it is. WordPress Essential Training. And I would go by what is most recent, and this is most recent. This appears at the top. So this is updated in 2020. It doesn't look to me like there's anything more recent on WordPress. So this is WordPress 5 Essential Training. WordPress has been updated since this, I think, but this should still be really, really helpful to you. And this isn't a very long course, 2 hours and 13 minutes. So if I click in here, I'll pause this. There's on the left side, you have contents. You can close or open this. Each section can be collapsed here, so you can quickly navigate to the next thing you want to watch. I do recommend you watch the introduction, even though it's not assigned to you. And then you need to watch 1, 2, 3, and 4 this week. What's great about LinkedIn Learning, especially if you're watching it on a computer rather than a mobile device, there is a transcript. So if you want to highlight or make sure you're clear on things, you can use the transcript. There is a notebook. You can type notes that will be time-stamped. There is a Q&A section where previous people who have gone through this course have posted questions and others have posted answers. That can be really helpful. And then there's this overview section which talks about who is doing the instruction and details about the course. So LinkedIn Learning is top-notch. If you haven't used it, I cannot recommend it strongly enough because everybody who teaches on here is an established and respected professional, and they're very good instructors for the most part. I have not had a lot of negative experiences, or I shouldn't say I've had no negative experiences, very few so-so experiences on LinkedIn Learning. Okay, so you're going to go through those 4 chapters. Then there's a discussion, week 1. So you need to write a 350-word discussion entry on the topic. Make sure you're using MLA format and you have at least one reference to support your thoughts. There's a lot of sources you can use, the course material, Bible, books, articles, website sources. And then you have to write at least a 200-word reply to at least 2 of your classmates. I want to be real clear about that, 2, because every time I teach a class for CBU or any class, some people seem to think the discussion only requires you to do the initial post or only requires you to reply to 1 classmate. It's 2, okay? Don't upload Word docs or other documents of your posts. You have to post directly in the forum. And your initial post is due by Thursday at midnight, and your responses are due by Sunday at midnight, okay? So this week, the discussion is, what is a CMS, content management system, and what are your thoughts on it? Do you have any experience with CMS? Do you have any fears of working with CMS platforms? If you're not familiar with CMS, research and share how it is different from standard HTML, CSS websites. Okay? Then there is practice. This is your week 1 exercise. So after you watch the LinkedIn Learning chapters, you're going to log into your WordPress website. So you're going to be building a WordPress website, and you're going to complete the following. You're going to log in successfully, update your password, update your site title and tagline. You're going to create a post and include an image in the body of the page. So these are your details. These are the details for all of you in this class. Is this correct? Oh gosh, I think I owe you guys an apology. I don't know if this information is up to date. I didn't even look at this before now, and so I might have to fix it. Sorry. Um, if I find that that is the case, this will be fixed by the time you guys are watching this, because this I'm recording this tonight before you're going to see it. So wow, I hope I can get this fixed. Okay, sorry about that. Qu quiz week 1. There will be a quiz on the material. If I remember right, this is about the material in LinkedIn Learning, and it's open book, meaning you can look stuff up on LinkedIn Learning. First project, your WordPress website. You're going to create a professional website, and you'll create a fully functioning website using a pre-existing, not exiting, theme. Just so you guys know, I did not write this course, so sometimes there's some misspellings and things like that. Not to say I never make any mistakes, but yeah, I'm pretty particular about writing. So week 1, you'll do research and planning. Week 2, you'll do theme selection, navigation, and content placement. Week 3, you'll do plugins and revision. So this week, you're going to start the process of generating the content and mapping it out, mapping out the layout of your site. So find a local business that has a site that needs a design revamp. If you know anything about local businesses, they tend to have notoriously bad websites and logo design and things like that. So you're going to create your own proposed redesign of their website, and you need to present a screenshot of their existing website. Then you're going to create a bullet point outline like you did in Fundamental Web Design, your previous class. And you're going to do this outline of the various content items. So list the pages and the items like header, text, body, text, images, etc. that will go on each page. Present a UX, a user experience sketch of each page. Doesn't have to be detailed. It can be a rough sketch, and we have an example here. Okay, so you can see like we've just put blocks and lines for text and shapes for images with an X through them. So, but you're going to create a user experience. You're going to do a sketch for each page. Okay, so this is let's see here. Yeah, you're going to upload all 3 of those, and you need to include a brief text summary of your presentation. So understand what you're doing here is you're researching the website, and then you're creating a bullet point outline of the content that you're putting on the new site. So if I understand this right, the idea is you're going to include the same content that the existing site has, but you need to map it out the way you propose to do it. And then your UX sketch needs to be how you propose to revamp the website. There's no reason to do a UX sketch of an existing site. So that is all of your assignment work, all of your learning activities for this week. Yeah, that should be it. If you have questions, as always, shoot me a quick email, and I will do my best to assist you in any way that I can. Now I got to go find out if I need to fix a couple of things before I post this. All right, talk to you again soon, guys. Bye.